You see these questions here, they are very, very deep. And I'm going to read them out so that you can hear for yourself. Hi, I am 16 years old and my boyfriend is pressuring me to engage in some sexual activities. I don't want to do it, but I also don't want to lose him. What should I do? 2. I am considering joining my friends in Yahoo so I can fund my university education. I don't have any other option. 3. I have been struggling with pornography addiction and I want to quit. 4. I think I have feelings for my bestie, but he has a girlfriend and I can't tell him because his girlfriend is also my friend. 5. I have experienced countless sexual abuse from 2 of my uncles since I was 13. Now I am 22 years old, but I still struggle with sexual urges and emotional trauma. I gave my life to Christ 6 months ago. Please advise me. As you can see, they are very deep. I don't even know how I'm going to address these questions and answer them satisfactorily. I'm going to try. As I attempt to answer these questions, I'm sure you're going to be having some insights as to what they should do. I would love you to drop your insights in the comment section. These are real issues and people are struggling with them. So let's delve into the answers. 16 years old, your boyfriend is pressuring you to do some things you don't want to do, but you don't want to lose him. Okay, 2 things. You know that this guy is not the best for you, right? He wants to do things that are wrong to you, that's one. But then he's now pressuring you to do it. This is the beginning of toxic relationship. Well, I'm just going to join her to ignore the red flags and answer in another way. The first thing to do is to pray. I like recommending prayer not because I'm religious, but because prayer is the best way to make things work. All you have to do is to pray from an honest place in your heart and tell God to help to remove all of these stuff that are not right in your life. But the second thing is very, very important, so much that if you pray and you don't do the second thing, nothing will happen. The second thing you should do is to invest in yourself. Most times the absence of knowledge is what makes us settle for less. Read books that will build your mindset, build the way you think, build values in you, increase your mental capacity, spiritual capacity, psychological and even academical capacity, so much that you will not just be a liability, you become an asset. Once you start doing that, this person that you are saying you don't want to lose, you will be the first person to kick him out of your life, because there are better people out there, people who will value you and will truly understand that you are a treasure and not just their plaything. Mingle with people that have what you want. Don't mingle with people that want to take what you have. Another thing that I believe will help is to have someone you can discuss these things with. Be ready to listen. Remember, you are prioritizing yourself first. The second question, Yahoo. Okay, this person wants to go to school, but he doesn't have money, and his friends are doing Yahoo. 2 things are involved here. Number 1, luck. Number 2, company. His friends are Yahoo. Is he probably seeing how much they earn, the kind of luxury they have, and how they are spending their money and all of that. And now he doesn't have money to actually even go to school. And now he's saying he doesn't have any other option. Before I answer this question, I remember something that happened to me many years back, 2015. I had just written my first WAEC examination, and I was chatting with this guy on Facebook. He was a Yahoo guy. He told me he was going to get me a laptop and a modem. He would tell me what to do, and before long I will be in money. I thought about it deeply. After thinking about it for about 4 to 5 minutes, I knew it was wrong for me. I knew that I had better things for my life than to involve myself in that. After all, what's the rush about? I just told him this word, like this is the same word I used. I said, how shall I do this and sin against God? And immediately I blocked him on Facebook. So I'm going to tell you what happened to this guy 4 years ago, but let me answer the question. First of all, you should understand that your company is affecting the way you think. You should start withdrawing from them. This person said you don't have any other option. It is because that is the only thing you see. Now start looking away from that. Start identifying the gifts that are within you. The truth is, you don't have to defraud other people to make it. And who says that you will not enter into school? Who says there are not other ways? Don't compare yourselves to people. Don't compare yourself to people who have entered school. Don't compare yourself to people who are better than you, even though they are your age mates. Everybody has their time. Everybody has what they are called for. Everybody has where they will be. What you should focus on is building yourself. I've not seen a Yahoo boy that is actually very smart, because even doing Yahoo is an act of foolishness, and I say that without any sense of apology. And have you ever seen a Yahoo boy that actually stands up today and starts saying something sensible? Like all they have is materialism, and that is all. There's a passage in the Bible that goes like, the measure of a man is not in the abundance of the things he has. If you have to learn handiwork, if you have to learn a trade, if you have to apply for courses, there are different courses online. Those people you call your friends, they are not your friends. They are probably your end. Identify people who are in university and you will be shocked. Maybe someone would tell you, oh, I'm on a scholarship. And then you are thinking that because you don't have money, you can't go to school. But then when you start working with people, you begin to realize that, oh, it is possible to actually go to school on scholarship. It is possible to have this. It is possible to do this. You'll be shocked. When I was in university, I had some of my classmates who were sponsoring themselves and they were not doing Yahoo. I've not even seen a Yahoo boy that is serious with school in the first place. The first thing is to leave that kind of company where you have Yahoo boys as friends. And the second thing is to understand that there are options. The options: build yourself, understand your giftings, understand your purpose, and start mingling with other people. To complete the story I was telling, I met that guy that was introducing me to Yahoo 4 years ago in a church convention, and I was shocked because this guy was now a shell of himself. He already had some mental issues. That time he was riding cars. He even told me I would buy a car for myself, but now he doesn't have a car anymore. He has cars that probably may never heal. Let's go to the next question. I have been struggling with pornography addiction, and I made a video where I spoke about pornography addiction. You said you want to quit, and that's the first step, wanting to quit. The first thing I would advise you to do is to pray. Come to God, confess your sins, your weaknesses, and what you've been doing. Confess them to God, and trust me, God will now start you on a journey, on a process. For some people, the result is immediate, but someone like me, I gave my life to Christ too, but it was not immediate. I had to work, I had to pray, and God knows why, because it's for a purpose. Yes, God knows why He takes us through everything we go through, as long as you are ready to change. The second thing, after you have prayed and after you have completely yielded yourself to Christ, is be intentional. Very intentional. Your friends, the places you go, the kind of things you watch on the internet. Don't involve yourself in going to Twitter and some sites, because if you go to Twitter now, it's full of things. Go to places where your spirit can be edified, where your mind can be renewed. Engage, read books, read the Bible, read the Word of God. The third thing you should do is to speak with people. One of the things that really helped me was talking to my friends. I had friends who I knew would listen to me. I was able to tell a very few of them about my addiction, and after I told them, they would intentionally work with me on it. I had a calendar where I would tick, and sometimes it was hard, that's crazy, because I would tick that 7 days, 7 days in a row like this. I would tick, no, nothing happened. And then on the 8th day, something will happen. It was really bad because it kept happening like that, and I'll be sad. But then they will keep encouraging me, don't worry, God will work it out. Don't worry, keep trying. And then I kept trying. Sometimes it was hard. I got depressed several times. Then God came through, and that is the place of prayer. That's the place of actually believing God. Because one day it just ceased, but I know that the previous day it happened, and I know that the day before that previous day it happened, and I was tired, I was fed up, I could not sleep. I remember the only prayer I prayed was, Jesus, set me free. The next day, like a miracle, the desire, everything was gone. Everything. The first thing you should do is to completely yield yourself to God. Second thing you should do is to be intentional, and the third thing you should do is have people you can confide in, people that can work with you on it. All right, now let's go to the fourth question. I think I have feelings for my bestie. Okay, you have feelings for your bestie and he has a girlfriend. I understand that feelings will come, and I know that these things are normal. It is very, very normal for you to like someone. But because you probably understand that this feeling now is becoming a threat to your friendship with your bestie, so you don't want that to happen, which is very good. The first thing you should do is to be intentional. Understand what you want. Is he your best friend for real, or you want him for something else? Know what you truly want, because when you are honest about what you want, you'll be able to address some things. So the first thing you should do is to be very intentional. Be intentional about your relationship. And since now you understand that you have feelings for him, you don't want it to affect your friendship with him or his own relationship with your friend who is his girlfriend. Secondly, you have to communicate. You have to let him know how you feel and the step you're going to take, because you are very intentional about your life. And the step I would recommend you take is to withdraw, so that that feeling can be suppressed. Find a way to make good out of the feeling and not bad. So I would recommend that you have boundaries. You should not be found with him at some inappropriate time. You should not be found with him in a compromising situation, like perhaps you are, maybe before the feeling started coming, you could be alone with him, you felt free with him, you can be laughing and be playing, but now that there's feeling and all of that, you have to stay off, so that you will not put your heart in jeopardy and you will not put yourself in hurt. It's a time for you to go back to your drawing board, assess the situation correctly, talk to him about the matter if you know he's someone that would understand. After all, he's your best friend and he wants the best for you. All right, the next question, and that's the last question here, is about the sexual abuse. And it's actually a situation of child abuse. 13 years old and abused by two of her uncles, but now she's 22 and she still struggles with sexual urges and emotional trauma. I understand that this can be very, very challenging. I am very happy that you mentioned that you have given your life to Christ 6 months ago. I would advise you to get closer to God. Understand that there are some things that you shouldn't be doing too, because there are ways to avoid some things. There are some people you should avoid. There are some people who are there to sexually exploit you. They might see some signs in you that it seems this person had this kind of experience and they want to exploit you. It all boils down to intentionality, knowing what you want for yourself, knowing the kind of person you want to be, because your story in future will be an inspiration to other people who may have suffered from this kind of thing. So you want to make sure that you are guided by purpose, you are guided by God. Although I do not like to advise people to share their problems with people, because you can meet people, if you are not careful, you will meet people that will still exploit you because you told them or you confided in them. But there should be someone you should tell. Pray about it, watch the person. If you are led and you are truly led to confide in the person, you should, so that the person can help you in your process of growth. But then if you notice that that person you are telling is doing one kind, it is better you just stay away, because you know what you want, you are intentional about yourself, you are intentional about your growth, and you're not going to let your past hold you down. Okay, we are done with the questions, and I really hope I have answered these questions satisfactorily. You have been listening to the questions with me, and I'm sure you would have gotten some insights on these questions. I would love you to drop them in the comment section. If you have any questions you would like to ask me personally, you should reach out to me and I will try my best to answer your question. So help me God. Thank you for joining me on this video. Like, share and subscribe.